Good morning. Hello, Team V. We are reading an Easter story today, and this is called Hatching Chicks in Room 6. It is written and photographed by Caroline Arnold. Wow, friends, looking at this picture, what do you think this book will be about? That's a good guess. Let's take a look. Let's dive in. Mrs. Best keeps chickens in her backyard. Every day, the hens lay eggs. Every day, Mrs. Best collects the eggs for her family to eat. But today, Mrs. Best is bringing the eggs to school. Wow, that's exciting. How would you feel if I brought chicken eggs to school? Many chicken eggs are white. Eggshells can also be brown, green, blue, or speckled. The color depends on the type of chicken. Did you know that, friends? Give me a link if you knew that. Let's take a look at these pictures before we read what is written. What do you see here? Tell me. Yeah, that's right. Take a look at that chicken. Wow, chickens are so cool. Look at its face. It looks like it's really concentrating, doesn't it? And now you're showing the eggs at the school. Now these little kids look just like you. I wonder what they're thinking. The boy, what does his face look like he's thinking? How do you think he's feeling by the look on his face? Yeah, that's right. I think he looks surprised as well. And the girl, how do you think she's feeling by the look on her face? Happy. Oh, I heard excited. Let's read the words. Mrs. Best is a teacher, just like me. The children in her class are learning about chicks and how they grow from eggs. A hen lays her eggs in a nest. If she sits on them for 21 days, the eggs hatch into chicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21. Wow. Do you think you could sit on an egg for 21 days? That is 3 weeks long. Oh my goodness. A hen keeps her eggs warm and moist and turns them with her feet and beak. Wow, friends, I didn't know that. I knew that the hen kept the eggs warm, but I didn't know that she kept them moist. Moist means a little bit wet. And I didn't know that she turns them with her feet and beak. How interesting. Whoa, this looks like a science experiment. What on earth are they doing? Take a guess on what this contraption is. What do you think it is, friends? I think it has something to do with turning those eggs into chicks. Let's figure it out. The children put the eggs in an incubator. Whoa, that's a big word. They look through the plastic cover and watch the eggs move on the turning rack. Okay. Water drips into the incubator and makes the air moist. Okay, they need that. This keeps the lining inside the eggs from drying out. A heater keeps the air warm. A motor moves the rack. This turns the eggs and keeps the growing chicks from getting stuck on one side of the shell. Well, now that is something else I didn't know. I didn't know that the chick would get stuck to one side of the shell if you didn't turn the egg. I'm learning so much from this story. Okay, it looks to me like these kids are counting 21 days with the little yellow and orange chicks on their calendar. Let's take a look. The eggs went into the incubator on day 1. They will hatch on day 21. While the children wait for the eggs to hatch, they count the days and learn about chickens and eggs. A chicken's life cycle begins with a fertile egg. You need a hen and a rooster to make a fertile egg. A hen is a female chicken and a rooster is a male chicken. A chick starts growing when the egg goes into the incubator. Each day, the chick grows a little bigger. The skin on top of a chicken's head is called a comb. The flap under the chin is a wattle. Roosters have bigger combs and wattles than hens do. Those are funny names. Oh my, let's take a look at what is going on here. Let's look at this egg. Give me a link if you have eaten eggs before. Yeah, some of you have. In fact, it looks like most of you have. There are different ways to eat eggs, aren't there? And sometimes we eat foods and we don't even realize there's eggs in them. Like maybe some kind of pastry or a cookie. Let's look at this egg. A thin skin called the membrane holds the egg white together. At the large end of the egg, there is an air sac between the membrane and the shell. The clear part of an egg is called the egg white or albumin. It cushions the embryo. The yellow part of an egg is the yolk. The yolk of a fertile egg has a small white circle that looks like a bullseye. In an incubated egg, it will grow into a chick. A chick growing inside the shell is called an embryo. The yolk is food for the embryo. On day 12, Mrs. Best takes an egg out of the incubator and puts it on top of a bright light. Then she turns off the lights in the room to make it dark. A shadow shows the shape of the chick inside the shell. Thin red lines show blood vessels that are bringing food from the yolk to the chick. Wow. By the time the chick is done growing, it will fill the whole shell except for the air sac at the end. Shining a light through an egg is called candling. The dark part is the shadow of the chick's body. That is amazing. Oh my, it's almost time. On day 18, Mrs. Best shuts off the motor and turns the eggs in the incubator. Now, the eggs must stay still. The chicks inside the eggs are almost done growing. The chicks turn inside their shells to face up as they hatch. On day 20, the chicks poke a hole into the air sac inside their shells. They breathe air for the first time. Peep, peep, they call. Oh wow, from inside. The children listen carefully. They can hear the chicks calling. Just one more day until they hatch. Look at this. Oh my goodness, they're coming. Day 21, hatching day. How exciting. In the morning, the children see small holes in some of the eggs. Soon, other eggs have holes too. Each chick has a sharp knob called an egg tooth on the top of its beak. The chick taps it against the shell to make the first hole, called a pip. An eggshell is strong. It is hard to break open. The chick rests a while after pipping. Then it starts to tap again. Most chicks hatch 12 to 18 hours after they pip, but the time for some is longer or shorter. The chick slowly packs a circle around the inside of its shell. Little by little, the shell begins to crack. It is like unzipping a zipper. Oh, look at that. Look at the little guy. You're such a cutie. The chick is curled up like a ball inside its shell. It lies on its back and pushes with its head and feet. Finally, many hours after pipping, the chick pushes one more time and the shell pops open. The chick has hatched. Oh, friends, take a look at this little guy. Wow, to imagine all that can come from just one egg. Oh, look at this one. He has different colored feathers. One by one, the eggs hatch. Some chicks are yellow, some are white or tan. One of them is black. There he is. Hatching is hard work. The new chicks are tired. Their feathers are wet. Their legs wobble when they stand up. They lie down and rest while their feathers dry. All the chicks stay in the incubator overnight. There are more than 100 types or breeds of chickens. Each breed has its own colors and patterns of feathers. Mrs. Best's chicks are a mix of several different breeds. The egg tooth is at the end of the chick's beak. In a day or two, it will dry up and fall off. The chick does not need it anymore. Now, they really look like some Easter chicks, don't they? What an amazing process. When the children come to school the next morning, the chicks are hopping around inside the incubator. Peep, peep, they call. Now the chicks look fluffy. Their feathers have dried. They are ready to go to a brood box. A chick's fluffy feathers are called down. They help keep the chick warm. Oh, friends, give me a link if you would like to hold one of those chicks. I sure would. What's this? It looks like they need different things now that they've hatched. The new chicks are hungry and thirsty. Mrs. Best moves them from the incubator to the brood box. The chicks have food and water in the brood box. A light keeps them warm, and they have plenty of room to move around. The chicks still need a lot of rest. When they are not eating or drinking, they snuggle together. A group of chicks that hatch together is called a clutch. When a hen hatches a clutch of chicks, she keeps them warm under her wing. Chicks know how to peck for food and drink water as soon as they hatch. Pebbles keep the chicks from falling in during their first few days after they hatch. Let's take a close-up look at this chick that Mrs. Best is holding. Wow! Each day, the chicks grow bigger and stronger. Now, they are 6 days old. Mrs. Best brings some of them out of the brood box. If the children sit very still, the chicks will eat food from their hands. Chick mash is a mixture of corn, grains, vegetables, and nutrients. It is ground into small pieces, just the right size for the chicks to eat. Oh, look at this. Look what they have done in the class. They have named these chicks. Summer, Ariel, Roxy, Lucy, Batman, that's the black one, Lulu, Joey, Oreo, Cookies and Cream, Anna, Maya, Elsa, Alan, and Marshmallow. Which name do you like best? Yeah, I like that name too. I'd say my favorite is Batman, the black one. Now, the chicks are 10 days old. Their legs are getting stronger. Feathers are growing on their wings and tails. Tiny combs are beginning to appear on their heads. They are big enough to hop out of the cage by themselves. The children have named each of the chicks. The most adventurous one is Cookie. Mrs. Best shows the children how to hold the chicks. Their feathers feel soft, but their feet tickle. Chickens are birds. They have feathers and wings, but they don't fly very well. Oh wow, now they're getting bigger. They need more space, don't they? The chicks are now 3 weeks old. They are big enough to spend the day in an outside pen. The chicks have food and water in their pen. They scratch the ground with their feet, looking for small plants, seeds, and insects. For a special treat, the children give them mealworms. Chickens do not have teeth. They eat small pebbles and dirt to help grind their food into small pieces so it can be digested. Wow. It is time for the children to say goodbye to the chicks. The chicks are nearly a month old. Mrs. Best will take them back to her house, where they will join her other chickens. The chicks will finish growing in a few months. In about 5 months, the roosters will be able to crow. Cock-a-doodle-doo! The hens will start laying eggs. Perhaps next year, some of their eggs will come back to school and hatch into new chicks. That was a very exciting book about hatching chicks in room 6. And the story of Mrs. Best and how she showed the life cycle of a chicken to her students. I hope you learned a lot with me. Let's do our handshake. Up down, wiggle, wiggle, pop. Love you guys. Bye, friends.